Hi there, it's Jake, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be spending the next 5 days driving around Scotland, visiting distilleries, going on hikes, and just being in awe of this beautiful country. Let's go. So I've just left the city of Edinburgh. I've spent the past few hours, an hour and a half, driving up to Dundee, where I've just stopped for a very quick lunch. And now we're going to be heading up on the hills somewhere. I still haven't quite figured out where, and going to go on a little walk to see some of the countryside. I'm also lucky enough to be driving the new 2025 Mini Cooper, so I'll definitely give you some thoughts on that and tell you the things I do and don't like, because I do have some strong opinions on them. Right, we're here. First stop. So, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. It's a bit grey and grizzly, and I'm starting my hike up to the Islay Monument in just north of Dundee. I'm not going to pretend like there's some massive reason as to why I'm doing this. I just particularly saw it on a map. I thought, that looks cool. I'm going to go find that. So sort of drove through the back streets for a little bit, about half an hour north of the city of Dundee, and now we're here. So I'm a little bit conscious of the fact that it is quite windy and it has been raining on and off, so I do need to keep an eye on that. I have a little bit of water, not a lot, but it's sort of what I've got on hand. It doesn't seem like a super hard walk. If it gets to the point of being a bit excessive, then I might stop and turn around and just say, you know what, maybe not today. But we'll see how we go. Whoa, just got to the top of the clearing. Look at that. That's beautiful. Not sure if I'm quite going the right way. Might be getting a little bit lost. There she is, top of the hill. Oh shoot, I was right. I was following this trail here, and that's the trail I need to follow over there. But I don't know if, yeah, let's not climb that. Let's just loop back around. Damn it. Oh, and hey look, the sun's come out. Maybe that's a sign that I am actually now on the correct trail. You listen to the weather, because if it shines sun in Scotland, it's probably a good sign that you are actually doing something right. Or it rains regardless, and you might still be on the right track. It is Scotland after all. Ooh, you take the beanie off. Head's getting hot. Surprisingly steep for a little, side trail. It's not really a hike, it's more of a walk, if anything. And yet, my unfit state is quite struggling with it. God, it got bloody cold. Thankfully, I'm walking, so I'm keeping my body temperature up. But just to give you an idea, there's snow over on those mountains. It's about 10 degrees Celsius in Dundee. I suspect it's a good few degrees below us, so we are nearing the freezing temperatures, but my God, it's beautiful. Totally worth it. Just got a quick little snack break whilst I'm up here. crazy. The cloud cover came in so quickly, and it's already starting to sort of, I wouldn't say it's getting dark, but we're definitely pushing it. It's barely even 3 o'clock. You know, it is still the end of winter, and we are kind of getting through it, but we are at a similar latitude to above north of the United States, and above or around the same area as Oslo, I believe. So, you know, it is a fair bit further north than London, I'll give you that. And it definitely, you can feel the temperature shift and the sun setting quite a fair bit earlier. So we made it, and it's still light outside. Yay! Okay, sweet. We're in the hotel room. It's very musty, but it looks nice and clean. Bloody big bed as well. Good, because I'm a big fella. I need the room. But yeah, finally made it to Aberdeen. Sun is sort of setting. I'm now going to probably just try and take it easy for the night. I'm going to go find a place to get a pint and get some food and such. And aside from that, might be a few more clips in the rest of this evening, but otherwise, you know, see you all tomorrow. Good morning. This is too early for me. I need to get a coffee and get moving before I fall back asleep. All right, so I've just had coffee and breakfast, and it's about 9:45 in the morning, and so I'm going to get going to my first stop of the day, which will be a surprise. I'll show you when I get there. Well, we're here. This is Castle Fraser. Now, I like to pretend that I know what this is, and that this is a whole big plan, and that I'm actually going somewhere of importance. But the reality is I just picked a castle that was on my way to where I'm staying tonight. But we'll find out some stuff. I'm sure there's some interesting, important historical things here. Whoa, that's kind of cool. Turns out you need to book a tour. I was like, oh, can I just have a look around myself? And he's like, no, you can't do that. Fair enough. Perhaps another time. There is a walk around through the gardens, which I know I can do, so I'm gonna go try and see if I can find that at least. It's very pretty, just wish I could have seen inside. Oh well. Lovely. You can see the castle over there. The hedges and stuff. I'm sure some very rich, important Scottish family a few hundred years ago loved to take Victorian style strolls through these gardens, talking about peasants and famine and probably some form of family wealth that's been stolen. I don't know what those sort of people talked about stuff. Well, that was a mild disappointment. Only mild though, still very pretty. Just thought I'd stop for a second to sort of show you kind of where we're heading. We're in the Highlands right now, which means it's higher elevation than usual, but we're heading up into those hills further up. And over the next hour or so of driving, we'll be heading up into sort of the higher plateaus in the eastern corner of Scotland, which is really fun. The roads I'm driving are just very small country roads, as you can see, and It's really fun to be driving around in my little car because it's a very zippy little hatchback. You know, it's really quite just a fun drive. Now, I'm obviously not filming the drive because it's quite dangerous and you shouldn't do that, but I just want you to know that some of the views that I'm seeing are just like this, back to back, consistently, and it's very, very impressive. We're here at the Glenfiddich Distillery in Dufftown, which is part of the Malt Whisky Trail here in the Highlands of Scotland. You can see it's very cool. So I'm trying to look around to see where I'm going to try and go to the tours and such, but it's really hard. There's not many signs and it can be a bit confusing. Bloody hell, this is pretty. Like a 40-minute drive from any major town. This is exactly where you imagine the god's nectar is distilled. Really can.
Thank you.
All right, that's all done. That was about a 2-hour tour. I got myself a tasting set, as well as a bottle of 12-year French cask, sherry cask, something like that. So I'm quite excited. I'm going to be drinking a little bit of that tonight, because I may as well. And now I've got to find some food because I'm starving. I haven't had lunch. Thought I'd just take a minute. I've been driving along the Highland National Park road for a while, and it's infuriating because there's my car there, and everything I pass is just stunning. And I just took a little pit stop here to sort of walk through the woods and just have a look around. I'm not going to film while I'm driving because it's just too dangerous. But oh my god, I wish I could, because it's just a random little area I stopped in. I'm not going to continue because I think the path goes on for quite a while, but you can sort of see through glimpses the sun hitting the mountains as I'm driving through. It's just gorgeous, just absolutely gorgeous. And this is more what I'm talking about. I can take 1,000 videos, but it will not capture this beauty. Yes. All right, made it to the hotel room. God, I'm tired. I'm gonna go out and do a little bit of an explore of Inverness, which is the town or city in the north part of Scotland, which I'm in tonight. And I'm gonna do a bit of wandering around and such, but first I need to recuperate for a little minute and sort of revitalize my brain a little bit before I head out. Oh, good Lord. That was a crap drive because the sun kept shining in my eyes, and the Highland Pass is beautiful. Love, like some of the best roads I've ever driven on. But, oh wow, it's just right in my body. I feel like I've been sunburned. I'm like, and I've got cataracts now, so it's a bit miserable. But anyway, Glenfiddich also gave me a tasting set of their 12-year, 15-year, 18-year, and their Fire and Cane, because I couldn't have it at the distillery because I was driving. So I'm definitely going to crack open one of these now while I start to edit this video. Why not? I've had a long day. Finally decided to get out and go for a walk, and it's almost essentially nighttime, so not complaining. It's very pretty, but you know. This is the main river that runs through Inverness. Looks really bloody cold, but pretty. Got a bit of a late start today. Went out drinking last night because it's a Friday night. It was very lovely. And I just got some breakfast. It's about almost 11 o'clock, so I need to get moving. I've got 2 spots I want to stop at this afternoon, and then in the Isle of Skye is where I'm staying tonight in Portree. So I've got a couple hours of solid driving to do today as well, so I need to make sure I can actually hit it. But hey buddy, how you doing? Is it pretty? I think it's very pretty. This little guy's just sitting here being picturesque. So this is Loch Ness, if you know, it's what this part of Scotland is dominated by. And there's just this ring road that kind of goes around it, which is what I'm driving right now. That's an albatross of some variety, I'm not sure. But yeah, very pretty. It's like kind of makes you a bit speechless. I bet it's bloody freezing as well. I don't really want to go for a swim. Quick stop at Urquhart Castle. It's lovely and sunny. This is very un-Scottish weather.
And I just feel like I'm waiting to do something.
Oh, hell yeah. This is where Nosferatu be sleeping. Right in these little basements. Well, this is kind of hard to describe. Whoa. So this is Loch Cloundy, something like that. Ah, shit. Woo-wee. One thing I find really amazing about driving around this country is the variety of landscapes. I've gone through parts that look like in the south, that look like just parts of England. Parts around here remind me of like New Zealand. And all the roads I've been driving through today remind me of the Northwest in the United States and Canada. These big fir trees that line the roads. It's it really is just kind of a shocking country in the sense that it's so small and it's just so, it's infinitely giving with its landscapes and natural beauty. Oh, I decided to stop off the trail a little bit, try and go for a little wander. There is a semblance of a track here. It's very muddy. I just have to be careful and move slow. Hopefully not get stuck or bogged down. There's still little bits of ice on the ground. Still struggling with the freeze. But yeah, very swampy. Gotta be really careful where I step here. It's kind of impossible to find ground that isn't just a swamp. Thankfully I've got waterproof shoes, but still a bit of a dodgy stroll. This is a path here, but I mean it gets pretty, yeah, and I don't, that seems worse to me. So I might just head back along this way to that bridge over there, see if I can find something else of interest. I also smell a campfire somewhere. Oh, let's see, there's smoke down there. You can kind of see it. Not really sure you're meant to have campfires, but fair enough. Bucket. It's used for a campfire. There's like charcoal at the bottom. It's kind of an ominous bucket. It looks about 400 years old as well. I see, it's not flat campfire smoke, it's the splash off this waterfall. Whoa. It's pretty cool. I mean, again, I probably wouldn't be going for a swim in that. It looks a bit chilly. Rocky. Alright, that's enough wandering around for today. At least this afternoon. Back to the Mini. I did say I would sort of talk about the Mini Cooper, which I've been able to drive this trip. And I have a lot of things to say about it, mostly positive. From a practical standpoint, it's got a fair amount of power, 1.8 litre. It really deals with the sort of winding roads of Scotland very well. There's a lot of potholes, as we can kind of see here, and it traverses them pretty well. However, there are a few criticisms I do have. My main critiques come down to the way the car is actually laid out. So, if you'll notice getting in here, there's no gear stick. Your changes here from drive to neutral to reverse are on this sort of lever here. There's a single parking button. There's a not physical, basically, button in the middle for engine start. And there's a mute and volume button. That is all of the switches. The rest of it is done on this touch screen. There's a holographic heads-up display, which, when I turn the car on, does actually show up, and it is very cool. However, it's not adjustable, and not adjustable for me at 6'3" doesn't really work. In fact, most of this car, even though it is way bigger than the older Minis, I actually feel more cramped in than most other cars. But aside from that, it is quite an enjoyable car to drive, so I can't really complain. It is still a Mini. Had to stop again. I mean, this is about a 40-minute drive further west than when we started. I mean, there's mountains just up there. This is it. This road is just climbing up through these mountains. Complete switch up. Incredible. All right. We're here, where I'm staying for the night. Not bad. It's a bit windy this morning, and cold and Scottish. I'm gonna go get some breakfast, and then I'm off to the Talisker Distillery, which will be interesting. We'll see how that goes. I'm quite excited. I'll explain more when I'm there. All right, we're here. It's a perilous drive. So many potholes. Scotland, learn how to pave your roads better. I almost popped a tyre. And where are we, you might ask? Talisker. One of my personal favourite distilleries. Yeah, I'm a very big fan. And I was in the region. I thought, if any time I'm going to do it, it's going to be on one of these miserably rainy days. May as well.
What we're aiming to do here is basically we're trying to make a sugar liquid called wort, which you might know if you add yeast to sugar liquid you get alcohol. So that's basically. I'll point out this. It's not tasty, it's like one.
I don't want to blow up the place, you know. All right, that was very fun. Another bottle acquired, and now I'm off to stop number 2 of the day. Thankfully, it stopped raining a little bit as well, which is nice. Got a bit of a drive along some very rugged road again, and I will show you some beautiful piece of scenery, I'm sure. Well, I hope it is. If I can actually access it, there might be a problem with that, but we'll see. On the way to the fairy pools right now. It's a little bit. Whew, it's a bit cold. Jesus. Okay, we've reached the first monument of the trip. That rock. It shows up on Google Maps as an attraction. It's like you can see it on the maps as an attraction, and it's just a rock. It's cool, but I don't know. It's close enough. You can see over here all the different streams that join into the one down below. You know, and this is all glacial runoff that just sort of splits and divides through all these mountains. Now, I am not familiar with this mountain range at all. I don't know where it's sourced, but I can certainly see where it comes out. Look how clear that water is. By the way, yes, I'm aware that some people will say I am not dressed for a hike, which I'm clearly not. But it was so bloody windy today, my little raincoat wouldn't have done anything. And I was like, I only own the one coat here, so it's either this or I risk getting too cold, and I really don't want to push that on a hike like this where it's kind of hard to get back to the car very easily. So I look a bit ridiculous, but hey, I always look a little ridiculous, let's be honest. So I just spoke to some other hikers, and they tell me this trail goes for like miles and miles into the mountains, which I'm obviously not going to do. I'm not in fit state nor have enough gear, all this kind of stuff. So it keeps going up there, it keeps going all the way around there. I think I'm going to leave it for now because I don't think I've got the energy for it. I am just massively underprepared though. It's not the hike that I can or should do. If you saw me doing this on a hike up there, you would rightly say, mate, nah, head back. Bit of a hard cut, I know, but I'm now at my house. Well, I'm not in the actual guest house. At the base of Ben Nevis Mountain, further back towards Edinburgh. So, very tired, had a very long day of driving, bit of all over the place, and I'm now just heading to the pub to get a pint and to calm down a little bit. I got moving bright and early today because I'm having to get back to Edinburgh. It's a big 3.5 hour drive. So I've only been driving for about 45 minutes, got some breakfast, and I just pulled over at this sort of area. It's just on the side of the river, which is cool. And I just have a little stretch my legs, a little explore, sort of. It is infinitely frustrating because most of this trip has been me driving, and I can't show what I'm seeing through my front windshield. But that is where I have been the most gobsmacked, to be honest. Just turning a corner at 60 miles an hour and seeing stuff like this, which you can't really show on video. But, ooh, there's a little river down here. Oh darn, my path has been disintegrated. That's just too bad. I guess I'll have to just wait here. I'm quite sad this trip is coming to an end, I'm not gonna lie. This has been absolutely phenomenal. Those mountains way in the distance, like, I can't explain to you how far away that is. That's, like, I'm here. There's just nothing, and there's been nothing for the past 40 minutes of driving. Just this. I say nothing, I mean, this is bloody... But you could walk that way, like there's a lock just over there. You could walk over there. It's a bit swampy for what I really want to be doing. I feel like I'm going to get my socks wet. But you could. You could just walk for, I mean, you could walk for days that way. There's nothing stopping you. How many parts of the world now, populated parts of the world, can you say that you could just kind of, yeah, hard to think about.